So I've been wanting to make this video since Black Friday, since before Black Friday actually, but I guess life took over and I was not able to make it. I just wanted to make a list of gift ideas. I know there's still a few more days to get your shopping done, and I just wanted to make a little list of what I think you should gift. For example, the first thing I want to talk about is Apple Watch. If you have an iPhone, then the best option that people might think about is to get an Apple Watch. If you are an Android user, say if you're a Samsung, then the natural choice would be to get a Galaxy Watch. If you have a Pixel, then obviously people might think the Pixel Watch. Huawei has their own watch as well, but I'm going to suggest something different. I had an Apple Watch and I just sold it, and instead I bought a Garmin watch. Now the reason I would say that to get a Garmin, and I wish I had done this years ago. I've used fitness trackers since, I don't know, I think 2012 or 2013 or something like that, and I've tried Fitbit. I think there was a point I tried Misfit, Microsoft Band, Galaxy. I tried 2 different Galaxy fitness trackers, and something else in the middle. I can't remember which one. And then the last watch that I had was an Apple Watch. And the reason I don't recommend using an Apple Watch, as great as an Apple Watch is, one reason to not get an Apple Watch is it only works with iPhone. Secondly, if you are taking your fitness even a little bit seriously, I'm not a fitness buff. I don't, which is ironic. I've owned so many fitness trackers in my life but I'm not really into fitness. I just want to get my steps in and maybe check my heart rate when I'm doing some exercises. Cycling is one of the big things that I am into, or was into at one point. The reason I recommend Garmin, one, is it works with any phone. Secondly, you don't even need a phone. You can just use your watch as it is. You don't need to pair it with a phone to use the watch. The Apple Watch, you would need to pair it with an iPhone just to use it, which I think is, in retrospect, I think it's ridiculous. The other thing is, if you take your fitness seriously, then you probably have a Garmin watch. But even if you don't take your fitness seriously, there are a lot of features that Garmin has. In fact, after I got the Garmin watch, the Apple Watch seems like a very expensive toy. You're not locked into the app. You can connect your watch directly to a computer. It doesn't even have to be a Windows or a Mac. You can even do that on a Linux PC and download the raw data, and then you can do whatever you want with it. And there's actually a lot more that you can do with a Garmin watch, and that's something that I might make a video afterwards. If you're going to get yourself or someone a phone, I would suggest get a Pixel 8 specifically. I think, because I did my research, I made a spreadsheet and compared the pricing and everything. In terms of the value for money, I think the Pixel 8 with 256 GB of storage is the best value. It might not be the best in any single category, but it is the best overall. Another thing is Google is promising 7 years of support, which I think is amazing. I don't know if Google will actually live up to the promise, but I'm hoping they will. So that's why I got a Pixel. I moved from an iPhone to a Pixel. Now, the third reason I would recommend Pixel 8 is for privacy, which people might think is weird because Pixel 8 is owned by Google, and the default operating system is Android, and Google's version of Android, you can remove that and install Graphene OS, which I've installed Graphene OS and it is amazing. It's great for security and privacy. So while editing the video, I realized that in order to do justice to Graphene OS, I would have to make a separate video, and I don't think I can get into it right now. But know that Graphene OS is great for privacy and security. If you want to know more about it, I will be making a video, but you can always read about it and find out more about Graphene OS. Back to the list. It's winter in the northern hemisphere, so if it gets really cold, I would say a good jacket for yourself or for someone that you're gifting to, your loved one or someone. I think it's a good idea, but I would say not just for jackets, but overall, when it comes to any kind of clothing, I recommend staying away from fast fashion, because I mean, there's a whole long list of things which there are problems with fast fashion, and I can get into it, but maybe in a different video. Good jacket which is going to last a long time. Now the one that I'm using is Arc'teryx. The reason I bought Arc'teryx, and now some people might say that it's no longer the Canadian company that it was because it's bought over by another company and all that, but I don't want to get into that. That I really like is their warranty. I had issues with this jacket. The buttons, the hood would come off because the buttons would come loose and come off. There was a stain on the jacket which was really not coming out, and I tried to clean it and it wasn't working. So I sent it to them. They fixed it. They even cleaned it for me and then sent it back, and it was like brand new. They have a lifetime warranty, which when I bought it, I thought, I don't know, they might live up to it, but yeah, I think that's great. The other company that I would recommend, if I were to do it all over again and get a new jacket, I would probably get Patagonia, because of their stance on environmental issues. I think it's one of the companies that I would like to support in the future. Right now I have pants, I have jackets, which I probably won't have to buy for a very, very long time. So I am back in my room again, and I think the point that I was trying to make is, it's when buying anything, especially clothing, I understand fashion is important to a lot of people. It's not for me. I would buy this, like for example, I buy black t-shirts and white t-shirts, and I just wear them every day. But I understand that's not everyone. The point I was trying to make with the jacket is, I think it's better to buy something that's expensive, but something that's going to last you a very long time, instead of buying something that looks good, might be a little cheaper, but won't last you that long. In the long run, the expensive stuff that will last you a very long time will be cheaper in the long run. So that's one thing. The other thing is that it's probably good for the environment to buy less stuff, especially clothing. And I read an article regarding about how damaging fast fashion is for the environment. But again, I don't want to get into that. My suggestion is, buy something that has multiple uses. It's going to last you multiple years, and companies that have a good warranty, like the jacket that I have has a lifetime warranty. But the other thing is coffee. Coffee is one of the most consumed beverages in the entire world. We consume an insane amount of coffee, I mean, all throughout the world. What I would suggest is getting yourself or getting someone else. Someone is. Are they coming in? A coffee maker, and the one coffee maker that I do recommend is AeroPress. One, it's not that expensive. Secondly, it's quite easy to use, and you can use AeroPress with so many different recipes. There's something called the AeroPress dice, and I'll put a link down in the description, which you can change different variables, and it I think it comes out to 7,000, more than 7,000 different recipes that you can use. You can even make something that is espresso like. If I were to give away everything, and I have a few, I mean, I've accumulated quite a few different types of coffee gear. If I were to keep just one, I think it would be the AeroPress. Now, the second coffee maker that I would recommend is a V60 pour over, especially if you are someone who is getting into specialty coffee, or you know someone who is into specialty coffee and they do not have a Hario V60. It is that it's um, such a simple brewer, but it makes amazing coffee. A water bottle is another, I think, a good thing that you can gift yourself or someone else, especially uh, to to someone who uses single-use plastic bottles. If you have people in your life who use single-use plastic bottles, and I know a few people who do that a lot despite my issues with it, get them a get them a water bottle, preferably a stainless steel water bottle, that yeah, stainless steel insulated water bottle. The other thing that I wanted to mention, but I forgot while I was in the car, was physical media. So something like this. Instead of buying digital copies of games, of movies, and music, get physical media. You can sell this after playing the game, after maybe watching the movie, and you don't want to keep it. You can actually sell it. You can regain some of the money. The other thing is with especially with the recent issue with the Sony store, and I think it was Warner Brothers. So people actually who bought uh, movies and TV shows, people lost their entire library because of the legal and licensing issues. So if you have a physical media like a CD of your favorite artist, or a DVD or a Blu-ray of movies, then people won't be able to take that away from you. Companies cannot just lock you out of your own purchase. And and, and it's mind-boggling that companies can just do that. Physical media includes, CDs of your favorite artists, and if I'm not mistaken, it works out better for the artist if you buy physical copies of their music instead of just streaming from any number of streaming services, from what I understand. So I think I'm going to start doing that too. So it's probably a good idea to buy someone or yourself, for yourself, CDs of your favorite artist, or games, or movies, or DVDs and Blu-rays for your favorite movies, if you are gifting or for yourself. Another suggestion that I have is buying yourself, for yourself, or for someone else, books. No one buys books anymore, it seems like, whether digital copies or physical books. Specifically, something that is educational, like a cookbook or something uh, that that teaches you a skill or something related to art, something that you can maybe keep it on your desk or on your bookshelf and once in a while flip through pages. And don't buy something that you like, buy something that they are interested in. The other thing that I can think about is maybe, don't get anyone anything. Just spend time with your family or your loved ones. Also, more importantly, don't spend time with people that you do not want to spend time with. Like, you have the option to say, no, I want to spend time alone at home or with family. Doesn't have to be, you don't have to have an active social life to have a healthy social life. Sometimes for your mental health, it's important uh, to connect with the people that you love, but it's also important to stay away from people that you don't, or just people that make your life a little more challenging. Anyway, happy holidays, stay safe, and enjoy the remaining of the year.